This lecture is about art assets formats for After Effects, including sounds, music, video, pictures, and more. To import sounds or music, just import the file or drag it to the project panel, then just drag it to your comp. It is important to note that you need to make sure that audio is enabled for previews in composition previews, check mark next to audio. It is also important to convert your audio files to a .wav or AIFF which is not compressed. Be aware that sounds can be very heavy on the file, so make sure it does not slow it down too much, so use it wisely. Now if you are using sound effects, after you drop it on your composition, select that layer and move its audio part where you need it on your timeline. Now let us talk about the other types of art assets you could use in your TV ad. Video. Font title from Illustrator in vector format. Images compressed and not compressed. Images with transparency channel aka alpha channel and images without alpha channel. 3D images from 3D software like Maya, 3D Max. Particle effects from After Effects. Visual effects from After Effects filters. Rotoscoping video using mask. Alright everyone, before we talk in more depth about these types of art assets, I want to talk about a few important parts of compositing something together out of multiple type of art assets. One of the most important part, it needs to be of the same FPS or it just does not look right. Has to be of the same pixel aspect ratio or things seems to look weird like circle become ovals and so. If compositing 3D and real plates, one must, the same lighting, same camera focal length and same camera position and angle. Your assets must be leveled properly in After Effects so they fit together. Your art assets must be of the same highest quality. Okay, now let us talk in more depth of what types of assets you can bring in. Audio. Supported audio file formats. Advanced Audio Coding, AAC, M4A. Adobe Sound Document, ASND. Audio File, O. Audio Interchange File Format, AIF, AIFF. MP3, MP3, MPEG, MPG, MPA, MPE. Waveform, WAV. Video formats you can be using. Adobe Illustrator, AI, EPS, PS. This is the Adobe Illustrator file format. It is important to note that this is a vector format and not raster, which makes it great for fonts and flat color art assets. Adobe PDF, PDF. Classic PDF files. Adobe Photoshop, PSD. Classic Adobe Photoshop format. Bitmap, BMP, RLE, DIB. Raster format files, not compressed by default. CompuServe GIF, GIF Internet compatible format, compressed with transparency format and animation options. Discrete RLA/RPF, RLA, RPF. Rendered format for 3D software. Has, transparency, ID channel, Z buffer options. Z buffer is a grayscale map that gives the depth of distance of objects in the scene. ID channel is a number assigned to a texture on an object. This let you change or add effects to it. JPEG, JPG, JPE compressed internet format, no alpha channel and no animation options. Maya IFF, IFF, TDI Maya 3D software files format, similar to RLA. Targa, TGA, VDA, ICB, VST, non-compressed file format with alpha channel. TIFF, TIF non-compressed file format with alpha channel. Supported video and animation file formats. Format. Adobe Flash Player, SWF. Is a Flash vector format. Adobe Flash Professional, XFL. Is a Flash vector format. Adobe Flash Video, FLV, F4V. Is a Flash video vector format. Adobe Photoshop with video layers, PSD. Is an Adobe Photoshop with animation, can be used for 3D render. MPEG-1, MPG, MPE, MPA, MPV, mod. Import only. MPEG-2, MPG, M2P, M2V, M2P, M2A, M2T. Import and export is a Windows and Mac OS on Intel-based Mac only. Some MPEG data formats are stored in container formats with file name extensions that are not recognized by After Effects. Examples include .bob and .mod. In some cases, you can import these files into After Effects after changing the file name extension to one of the recognized file name extensions. Because of variations in implementation in these container formats, Compa. MPEG-2, MPG, M2P, M2V, M2P, M2A, M2T. Import and export is a Windows and Mac OS on Intel-based Mac only. Some MPEG data formats are stored in container formats with file name extensions that are not recognized by After Effects. Examples include .bob and .mod. In some cases, you can import these files into After Effects after changing the file name extension to one of the recognized file name extensions. Because of variations in implementation in these container formats, compatibility is not guaranteed. MPEG-4, MP4, M4V. Import and export. QuickTime, MOV. Import and export. Is QuickTime required on Windows? Video for Windows, AVI. Import and export is implemented via QuickTime on Mac OS. Windows Media, WMV, WMA. Import and export is Windows only. So as you can see, there are a lot of format you can use for your project. Please use the most appropriate ones. Thank you and have a good day.